7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Marcus speaks.
What is up? How's it going? Man, thank you for coming in today. How's if you could, because I never do this at the top of the show. But before I say this, so if you guys saw the video before this one, the live stream before this one, the only reason why I ended it and started a new one up is because I was streaming from the OBS studios that I use for my live streams. For some reason in the website, it wasn't showing up as it being live in the website for Restream. So I had to back out and start it up through Restream. So yeah. Other than that, if you're just now coming in here, please hit the subscribe button if you are new to my channel, and if you're over there on Facebook, please make me a friend and follow the group, the Marcus Speaks podcast group, please, if you could. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can see them right there at the bottom. Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast. At Facebook at Marcus Speaks, like I said. The group page is Marcus Speaks Podcast. And YouTube is Marcus Speaks. And sooner or later, I'll be streaming this as well on Instagram. So, I say in like 2 months I'll start doing it. Yes. So, but before that comes up, everybody, if you could, Fridays, if you have a child or if you enjoy gaming, I do a live stream of gameplay of some of my favorite games and certain new releases. So, if you enjoy gaming, or if you have a son or a daughter that enjoys video games, have them come through and watch me play. But I'll put this disclaimer out. Okay? I do cuss while I play video games and while I live stream. Okay? As well, if you don't allow your kids to hear curse words and watch people smoke, which I vape, that isn't the thing, to have your child watch. Okay, so I put that as a disclaimer. And again, as well, welcome to Marcus Speaks Live. Okay, please don't be shy. Okay, write something in the live chat, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay. If you're catching the replay, if you came on my channel and you saw this video and you're seeing this replay, don't be afraid to hit the comments up in the comment section and write something as well. Okay. Everybody, how's my sound? Y'all let me know that as well. And again, I say, please subscribe, like, share, and hit that live chat or comment section, okay? So, let me get this out the way before any of this shit gets flagged or anything, okay? Let's go over fair use. So I have in the description what fair use is, but for the algorithm and for YouTube and Facebook, I will read aloud what fair use is, okay? It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright material. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, video. I'll start it over. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. Okay? Now, y'all might ask, well, Marcus, why are you bringing this up? And I can't find this button. There it goes. Y'all might ask why am I doing this? And the reason why I'm doing this is because this is called fair use and is allowed for portions of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right. So, with that being said, let's get into today's topic. But before I do that, I want to go over one last thing. Let me turn this music down. All right, that's good. All right, so have you guys heard that Michael B. Jordan had a or he's a spokesperson for a rum. Well, he's a spokesperson for a rum that Nicki Minaj got mad about and had him change. And he changed it. But the rum is actually Trinidadian. It was called Jovet, which is a French word. And Nicki Minaj got all bent out of shape for the simple fact that Jovet is a celebration that they do before Carnival and I think it's all the Caribbean countries. So Jovet is like a pre-party before the big party. So let's look at it as the house party you would have before prom or graduation, basically. I would say I would say graduation. Everybody has that house party, or you might know someone who will throw a house party before somebody graduates. So yeah. So he wrote out a where's my phone? Oh, here's my phone. He wrote out a statement, and I'm gonna bring it up real fast. Michael B. Jordan. And let's see what his statement says. And yeah. So he writes, I just want to say on behalf of myself and my partners, our intention was never to offend or hurt a culture we love and respect and hoped to celebrate and shine a positive light on, the actor wrote. He also states that last few days have been a lot of listening, a lot of learning, and engaging in countless conversations. So, he apologized for the whole thing for the simple fact that he uh, he he thought if he was culturally appropriating uh, the whole thing, he didn't want to offend anybody, so they're changing the name. Um, but to Nicki Minaj, like, why do you care? Now I understand, you're Trinidadian, you're from the island Trinidad. From my uncle's findings, before my ancestors got to America, we were in Trinidad before this, so I'm in a way Trinidadian, and I'm not offended. Only for the simple fact that I don't celebrate Carnival, and I would like to go to Carnival, and I always said that Trinidad would be a place where I would go to celebrate Carnival if I ever went. So until I go, all I have to say to Nicki Minaj is, why you being a dickhead fool? Stop being a dickhead. That's all. All right. I'm listening to my replay, okay? I'm sorry. I'm listening to everything that's happening on my phone. All right, so if you guys don't know, and you're just getting out from under a rock, and you weren't having your eyes glued to a screen yesterday, our friend um, Derek Chauvin got convicted yesterday. Well, he didn't get convicted; he got sentenced. Sorry, he got sentenced yesterday. And he is facing up to 22 and a half years, or he will serve 22 and a half years. That is that's more time. That's 10 and a half years more than that black cop that excuse me, that black Somali cop that killed that lady in Minnesota. So all I want to say is that he's going to serve all of this time without parole. But we still have to remember that there's three other officers that have to be the other three officers, which is Thomas Lane, Tutal, and I think it's Michael Keown or King. I keep saying Keown. It's King. I'm sorry, Michael King. Uh, so let me get into my notes with this. So Friday, the sentencing happened Friday, the 25th, 2021, of Derek Chauvin being convicted or whatever. So the prosecuting attorney opened up with a video from George Floyd's daughter, Gigi, And this is what she had to say. Come on, cooperate today.
What do you miss most about your daddy?
Well, I ask about him all the time. And that's kind of it.
Yeah. Well, when you ask about him, what are you asking about?
Well, I was asking, how did my dad get hurt?
Do you wish that he was still here with us?
Yeah, but he is.
Through his spirit?
Yes.
Yes. And when you see your daddy again one day, what do you want to do when you see him?
I want to play with him.
What kind of games do you want to play with him?
I want to play with him, have fun, go on a plane ride, and that's it.
Yeah.
We used to have dinner every single night before we went to bed. My daddy always used to help me brush my teeth.
Oh. Do you miss him helping brush your teeth?
Yes.
How do you hope that the world remembers him?
Well, they helped him because those mean people did something to him.
Yeah. If you could say anything to your daddy right now, what would it be?
It would be, I miss you and I love you.
All right. Thank you, Gianna. I really appreciate you answering questions today.
All right. So that was Gigi's touching words to us and to her dad as well. And she just wanted to, tell her dad that she misses him, loves him, and hopes that she gets to see him one day so they can play together again. In which the family themselves also was there, and we all remember Gigi's immortalizing words last summer to be exact. And Gigi said to the world that her daddy changed the world. And Gigi, I'm here to tell you, yes, he did change the world. Okay. The family still has my condolences, and I hope you guys can one day, instead of thinking of your father, brother, uncle, nephew, what have you, instead of mourning for his loss, I hope you guys get to celebrate his loss one day. So, from somebody who has lost a family member due to police brutality, I understand the hurt and the pain that comes from that. So, um, as well as Gigi's speaking, uh, Gigi's uh, Gigi's cousin George Floyd's nephew also spoke yesterday, and this is what he had to say.
Monday, May 25th, 2020, George Perry Floyd Jr. was murdered by Derek Chauvin in a malicious and insidious display of hate and abuse of power. Chauvin killed George. Not only did he kill George, but he also displayed a total lack of consideration for human life as he did so. You saw it, I saw it, and millions of people across the country and the globe witnessed the act of hate. A year and 1 month later, I stand here before you tasked with the duty of expressing how George's death has impacted me personally and the rest of our family. As I racked my brain and thought about what I could say today, I came to this conclusion. It is humanly impossible for me to stand here and convey or articulate the right words that would capture all that we are feeling and what we have felt over this period. So please bear with me as I attempt the impossible. The sudden murder of George has forever traumatized us. You may see us cry, but the full extent of our pain and trauma will never be seen with the naked eye. But heartbreak and hurt goes far beyond any number of tears we could ever cry. Words simply cannot express the pain, anguish, and suffering that our family and friends have endured since George's murder. It has been truly unimaginable, but not as nearly unimaginable as the defendant's decision to take the life of a human being with no regard for the effect it may have on others. Although Chauvin will be sentenced today and spend time in prison, he will have the luxury of seeing his family again, talking to him, and he will likely get to spend time with them upon his release. These are all luxuries that my young cousin Gianna were robbed of when Chauvin made the active decision to kill her father. There will be no more birthday parties, no graduations, holiday gatherings, or other family celebrations. The laughter, hugs, guidance, advice, sense of security, and those opportunities to simply say I love you are forever gone. They say time heals all, and while I generally believe that saying, it's challenging to do so given these unfathomable set of circumstances. Before I conclude, I must highlight a few things. George's murder, this trial, and everything in between has been tragic and devastating. Our family is forever broken, and one thing we cannot get back is George Floyd. It is the request of my family that the maximum penalty for the crime for which the defendant was convicted be imposed. On behalf of my family, friends, community, and supporters, I wish to express my sincerest gratitude for allowing this opportunity of expression.
All right. So, he asked for the maximum sentencing of Derek Chauvin. Which the maximum was 40 years. If you guys remember what I had spoke on the last time I was talking about this, I think it was the last week of the trial. I brought up that there is a convict or a conviction credit score. And what that credit score looks like is basically, I think it measures the crime to the person. Excuse me. And I'm guessing it's well, I have my phone here. I might as well look it up. Excuse me. What is a convict credit score? Um, this is not telling me what I need to know. Okay, never mind. It's called a credit rating. I fucked all that up. Okay, this isn't telling me anything either. Okay, so basically, a convict credit score. I don't even think I turned my I did not. All right, I hope you guys can hear me now, because I'm steady talking, and I didn't even I didn't even have my damn mic on. So anyway, convict credit score or convicted uh yeah, like convict credit score. Um Let me pan back to see if I can hear myself. All right. All right, so convict credit score, let me get back on track. Convict credit score basically measures the crime you did to who you are. I think it rates you on race. I think it rates you on whatever offense you did to whatever race you are, which I don't feel like is right if that's what it is. But I'm always open to be corrected. So anybody out there, if you guys can get me that information, please either put it in the chat or put it in the comment section or DM it to me so I can read it now or later. But he wanted the family wanted the maximum penalty, which was 40 years. Um and he only got 22 and a half, so he got practically half of that plus 2.5 years. So uh I know a life sentence is either your natural life or if not 25 years or whatever. So he's doing a little under life, so um um I know personally that he should have been convicted of the full time. Um but you know, it really doesn't matter because he's actually in jail now doing his jail time, and you know you won't we won't see him for another 22 and a half years. All right, so after the nephew spoke, it was his brother, and I think he goes by the name. There was Terrence Floyd. Terrence Floyd had this to say.
Yeah, represent my brother. I'm from New York. On May 25th, 2020, my brother was murdered. Everyone knows by Derek Chauvin. The facts of this case were proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and 3 guilty verdicts have been rendered. This situation has really affected me and my family. Any family member that has went through this, we are part of a fraternity of families, and it's not one of those fraternities that you enjoy. I just over this last year and months, I actually talked to a few people, and I wanted to know from the man himself why. What were you thinking? What was going through your head when you had your knee on my brother's neck? Why when you knew that he posed no threat anymore, He was handcuffed. Why you didn't at least get up? Why you stayed there? A month before my brother was murdered, I was on the phone with him, and we had a long conversation. And as I looked at the video of my niece. The last conversation me and my brother had was he wanted to have play dates. He wanted to plan play dates with Gianna and my daughter, and we started setting it up. That can't happen.
All right, I'll stop it right there because he further went on and spoke about how he felt and what he thought the conviction could be. Um, Real quick, everybody, I will be right back. Give me like 5 seconds. I gotta fix something with my. It has nothing to do with the stream, but I'm hearing like extra sound somewhere else that I gotta get rid of. So I'll be right back. All right. All right. So all right. So yeah, he further got emotional, and he he just basically wanted to tell the court how he felt about the whole situation and the whole ordeal and what he's been through since the murder and stuff like that and how he misses his brother and everything. So after that, his other brother that we heard from last year, Felonious Floyd or Felonious Floyd. He had this to say.
1 year ago, May 25th, my brother George was murdered by Derek Chauvin and his co-defendants in broad daylight with a knee to his neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. I was a trucker, and immediately my life changed forever. I began to speak to the world for George from the United Nations, Africa, Canada, Japan, and so many other countries. Every day I have begged for justice to be served, reliving the execution of George, while others begged and pleaded for Officer Chauvin to simply just allow George to take a breath. I haven't had a real nice sleep because of the nightmares I constantly have hearing my brother beg and plead for his life over and over again. Even saying they're going to kill me. Please, officer. Screaming for our mom. I have had to sit through each day of Officer Derek Chauvin's trial and watch the video of George dying for hours over and over again. For an entire year, I had to relive George being tortured to death every hour of the day, only taking naps and not knowing what a good night's sleep is anymore. I've been lifting my voice tirelessly every day so that George's death will not be in vain. Honorable Judge Peter K. Hill, I thank you for allowing me to share this today. George's life mattered. So my family and I, most of all, my niece, Gianna. My niece, Gianna, she needs closure. I'm asking that you please find it suitable to give Officer Chauvin the maximum sentence possible, charge that he has been found guilty for. My family and I have been given a life sentence. We will never be able to get George back. Daddy's our daughter's first love. He would never be able to walk Gianna down the aisle at her wedding, attend those magical moments of her life like a daddy-daughter dance, sweet 16 party, seeing her out for prom graduations, and she would never be able to have any personal memories with her father. With a smirk on his face and children present, Officer Chauvin used excessive force and acted against his training. Chauvin had no regards for human life, George's life. I stand before you today asking you to please help us find closure by giving Chauvin the maximum sentence possible, making sure he does his time consecutively without the possibilities of parole, probation, or getting out early for good behavior. Thank you.
All right. So that was his words. And we got to hear from 3 members of the family. And we like you can hear, their pain still because they still miss their uncle, brother. And, Gigi, Gigi really doesn't know yet, like, when it comes to, like, death and stuff, like, what death actually means yet. But she has a pretty good indicator of what death is. So, so the next person to come up was the state prosecuting attorney, Matthew Frank. He was one of the guys that came up during the proceedings, and he was more during the trial. He spoke and gave and asked for more for more. What the hell am I trying to say? He was the one who actually spoke during the trial. Like he was more vigilant in bringing forth witnesses and stuff like that. And his testimony, and I won't play all of it. I'm only going to play probably like a minute of it, and I'll start it at the 2-minute mark on the video. And I'll play just a minute of it because I got like maybe a few more of these to go through, and we'll take it from there. So here we go.
A thorough investigation. Conducting interviews is hard enough, but conducting them in the atmosphere of the city following the murder of George Floyd was even more difficult. And they did so, I think, above and beyond the call of duty. And I want to thank them for doing that on behalf of the whole prosecution staff. I want to thank the family, the loved ones, the friends of George Floyd. They have been through so much more than families involved in murder cases. He's right. It's a fraternity you don't want to be part of. But they've been through so much more because of the pandemic And because of security, safety precautions that we've had to take, they have been through a lot. That time when they try to grieve, like everybody does for the loss of someone, they are going through so much more. And I want to thank them, all of them, the family. The court saw a testimony from Florence Floyd.
All right, I'll stop it there. Because he got into with his testimony, he asked basically for the same thing that not Philonus Floyd, that Brandon, I think his last name is Willis, Brandon Willis, asked for basically see if Derek can get uh, the maximum sentencing of his crime. So then after that, you had Derek Chauvin's defense attorney, Eric Nelson. He came up, but he didn't speak right away. He asked for Derek's mother to come up and say a few words. Now, I'm going to start this at the 4-minute mark, and I'm going to allow her to say what she has to say.
I remember you whispering to me, "Don't stick me with it." Derek, I want you to know I have always believed in your innocence, and I will never waver from that. I have read numerous letters from people around the world that also believe in your innocence. No matter where you go, where you are, I will always be there to visit you. I promise you I will stay strong, as we talked about, and I want you to do the same for me. I will do what you told me to do, take care of myself, so I will be here for you when you come home. Remember, there is no stronger bond or love than a mother's love. One final thought I want you to remember. Remember, you are my favorite son. Thank you for your time.
All right. So, she also brought up how can I put this? She brought up that Derek isn't a bad person, and a lot of people find that hard to believe because Derek did uh, Derek did sit on someone's neck for what is it, 9 minutes and 29 seconds, or is it no? Damn, I keep forgetting this number. Yeah, 9 minutes and 29 seconds, 25 seconds. I keep saying 29. So Eric then proceeded to say what he had to say and everything. Um, and then Eric had a little sneak surprise for us. Excuse me. And the sneak surprise was Derek Chauvin himself speaking up for the first time. Now, he personally didn't speak during the trial I wouldn't say personally, but Eric Nelson basically had him not speak during the trial, not get on the stand and tell his side of the story. Which in Eric's case, that was smart for his defense, but for the people, we wanted to hear what he had to say. And I understand with stuff like that, like with a case like this, you don't want the defendant to mess up your work that you've been working on to get him off his charges. But this is what he had to say, and it's a part in here that sounds cryptic as hell, and I want to break it down with you. So if this can play.
Mr. Chauvin, this is your opportunity if you wish to bring input to the court. So I'll turn it over to you and answer.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, due to some additional legal matters at hand, I'm not able to give a full formal statement at this time. But very briefly, though, I want to give my condolences to the Floyd family. There's going to be some.
Hold up, before he says that, let me pan this back. Okay, he offered his condolences, which isn't wrong, okay? Because he probably now sees his wrongdoings, which is a little too late now, but he now sees his wrongdoings. I don't know what to say, man. Like he could have said this during the trial if he felt like that. Now, am I saying that he didn't feel like that? Nope. Am I saying that he could have I don't know, man. Like, this is hard. And is there, like, I feel like he could have said something during the trial to actually put this in perspective of what he felt. Well, not what he felt, but what he was doing during the apprehension of George Floyd. Now, do you think Eric Nelson would have allowed him to do that? So, I don't know. I just don't know. But let me get back to this. He has a very cryptic thing to say, which is cryptic to me, for the simple fact that he did say that he had other legal matters, which I don't even understand what the hell that is. I don't know if he's getting divorced by his wife or not. But this is, to me, and this is me speaking, this is what I feel as though sounded very cryptic during him saying what he had to say. So here it goes.
There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest, and I hope things will give you some peace of mind.
So wait a minute. Let me pan that back.
Conley. There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest. There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest.
What the hell did he mean by that? There will be other information that will be to your interest. What the hell? What the hell does he mean by that? Only for the simple fact that this could have been said during the trial. But I guess Eric Nelson felt like this. That was I don't understand. Like maybe I don't know. I don't know. Like that was very cryptic as hell to say. There will be more information that will be of interest. Let him run that back again.
There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest.
For real?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Like, what's the big surprise in all of this? Like, it sounds cryptic. I don't know, man. Like, once I heard this, and mind you, I was falling asleep during the sentencing because I had stayed up. I didn't go to bed Friday morning until 11:30 because I was up from Thursday at 11:30, so I was up for practically 24 hours until I went to bed. But I personally saw that, and when I got up, when I started watching the sentencing, and I was falling asleep through it. But thanks to the internet, I got to rewatch most of the stuff that I didn't get to see, like Derek Chauvin's mom, Eric Nelson bringing Derek Chauvin up. I didn't get to see that, and I think his actual sentencing that Judge Cahill did, which I'm about to get into that. But I just want to understand what that meant. There will be more information to your interests. That sounded very cryptic. It sounded like we're left, like the American people are left out in the cold, which I don't think that the Floyd family will allow that information to stay silent when they hear it. So hopefully whenever they get to hear it, whenever they hear it, we get to hear it. So yeah, we'll just be stuck sitting, waiting whenever this that information comes up like this. All right. So before the sentencing started, Judge Cahill, took to his bench, and he made a slight speech about the things that he had to consider when sentencing Derek Chauvin. So this is what he had to say.
Thank you all. We're back in session and on the record. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank everybody for being here and for providing the input you did. Not just the people who were in the courtroom here, but also those who provided written statements, both from the Floyd family and the defendant's family. I've read all the impact statements that were submitted earlier and listened carefully at all the input here today. And I just truly appreciate that you took the time to stay with this case and to provide me with input. I have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation and carefully considered all the facts of the case and the law, but my comments are actually going to be very brief because most of it's going to be in writing. I have a 22-page memorandum that is going to be attached to the sentencing order. And why am I doing it in writing? To emphasize the fact that determining the appropriate sentence in any case, and in this case, is a legal analysis. It's applying the rule of law to the facts of an individual and specific case. And that is why, as opposed to trying to be being profound here on the record, I prefer that you read the legal analysis that explains how I determine the sentence in this case. What the case is, or what the sentence is not based on, is emotion or sympathy. But at the same time, I want to acknowledge the deep and tremendous pain that all the families are feeling, especially the Floyd family. You have our sympathies. And I acknowledge and hear the pain that you are feeling. I acknowledge the pain not only of those in this courtroom, but the Floyd family who are outside this courtroom and other members of the community. It has been painful throughout Lincoln County, throughout the state of Minnesota, and even the country. But most importantly, we need to recognize the pain of the Floyd family. I'm not going to attempt to be profound or clever, because it's not the appropriate thing. I'm not basing my sentence also on public opinion. I'm not basing it on any attempt to send any.
I think he looked at Eric Nelson when he said that. When he said, "I'm not basing my sentencing on public opinion." I think he looked at Eric Nelson when he said that, for the simple fact that during the whole trial, the Dante Wright stuff had happened, and Eric Nelson put in a motion to stop the case, go for a retrial, and he also asked before the case started, and he also told the judge during the second to last week of the trial why he thought it would have been a smart idea to sequester the jury. Now, Eric got in a lot of trouble for that because the judge almost put him in contempt for telling him how to do his job. But it was a lot of moving parts during that time, and he didn't find it. He didn't find it to the fact that Eric knew what he was talking about, because I guess Judge Cahill's been a judge for a while. So, for the simple fact that he said what he just said, that he's not basing it off of public opinion, now shows Eric that he's the presiding judge over this trial, and he knows what he's doing. So this is my sentencing on this and check me out, whatever. So I'll let him continue.
The trial court judge, the job of the trial court judge is to apply the law to specific facts and to deal with individual cases. And so, Mr. Chauvin, as to count one, based on the verdict of the jury, finding him guilty of unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony under Minnesota Statute 609.19 subdivision 2, paren 1, it is the judgment of the court that you now stand convicted of that offense. Pursuant to Minnesota Statute Section 609.04, counts 2 and 3 will remain unadjudicated as they are lesser offenses. Count 1. As sentenced for count 1, the court commits you to the custody of the Commission of Corrections for a period of 270 months. It's 270.
That's the 22 years he'll be facing. 22 and a half years he'll be facing.
10-year addition to the presumptive sentence of 150 months. This is based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown in your case. You're granted credit for 199 days already served. Pay the mandatory surcharge of $78 to be paid from prison wages. You're prohibited from possessing firearms, ammunition, or explosives for the remainder of your life. Provide a DNA sample as required by law. Register as a predatory offender as required by law. And you will receive a copy of the order and also the attached memorandum explaining the court's analysis. Anything further from the state? This needs.
All right. That was that. Okay. So the judge sentenced him to 22 and a half years, which was the 270 months that you heard him talk about. And he's he's going to be serving that time. I don't know if it's going to be hard time. We don't know yet until, we see him in the next 22 and a half years. The next 22 and a half years, I'll be 55 and a half. So he's going to be getting out when I'm 55. And I think he's 41. So he'll be 63 and a half. Or 63. Let's just say 63. So, enough with that.
Hello, everyone.
I don't want to play that. But also, I'll show the a picture of it. But the prosecuting attorneys all came together for a press conference again, like they did during the conviction, and Keith, what's his name? Keith Ellison, basically thanked all the prosecuting attorneys that were involved in the prosecuting of Derek Chauvin, and that's it. Really, that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's that. And I have something to say to you guys when it comes to this trial, because when I first came back to doing my show, I covered basically every week of the trial. So I like to say, I'm gonna repeat myself, but I'm gonna read verbatim what I wrote, but it's basically a thank you note. So I've covered this trial since I've came back to my channel to tell the truth and give my thoughts to the trial, giving you guys the play-by-play of every week. if you could watch the trial, if you couldn't watch the trial yourself. I hope to cover more trials like this in the future with Dante Wright's murder trial and the 3 remaining officers of George Floyd's murder. I'd like to give a big thank you to all of my viewers who had tuned in every week to hear and watch me cover the trial and send you guys to the right places to look for more information on the trial. So to everyone, thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this podcast. I'm highly grateful you guys watch my channel every weekend. Thank you and I want to give you guys a big round of applause for that. So thank you guys for doing that because I am grateful. So on to the next story. Man, look, I really don't want to cover this woman, but I have no other choice. And I'm not going to cover it in a way that I cover certain things, such as the Derek Chauvin trial and other things, because I'm basically getting tired of this woman, and y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Everybody's hateful cousin, the cousin that everybody hates, fucking Candace Owens. Man, look. Her face looked like this. Well, hold on. Her face looked like she's about to say this.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All right. All right. All right. So this dirty bitch Candace, right, comes out of her mouth again about some more black stuff that she feels should be covered. So some black stuff that she doesn't think should be. So I'm not going to so like I said, I'm not going to cover this like I usually would. As I'm covering this, I'm going to roast her as well. Okay, so y'all get to see my funny side. Because usually when I'm doing shit, I'm joking around, but I want to give you more of who I am. So this is my joking side that I'm going to give you guys. So if you laugh, you laugh. If you don't, you don't. Some jokes may land, some jokes may not. Okay, so whatever. Let me take a drink. What's this say? So, if this was Mortal Kombat, right, this would be the first move I would hit her with. And this is what you'll hear after I do this. This is what she looks like. Or this is a person she looks like. If anybody don't know who the fuck that is. Hold up. I just killed her.
Fatality.
So everybody don't know who this is. This is B. Scott. B. Scott is a radio personality. She it's a transgender woman. Okay, so was a guy, now is a woman. Wow. If y'all don't believe me, look. Okay. Tell me she don't look like him. she got a strong face, my nigga. So I don't understand why she comes into black affairs. Like, we already don't care what the fuck you have to say. All right. So why do you continue to hype to hop on your Twitter and your Instagram and tell us any damn thing? Because nobody black is watching. Okay, no one black who isn't conservative, okay, is not watching you. So we don't care what the fuck you have to say. Everything you say is usually reported to us from people like myself and others to tell people about you. That's the only reason why we know about you, because somebody black who favors the black community, unlike yourself, Candace. We basically listen to them to hear about you. We don't listen to you directly. Okay, I had to listen to what the fuck you had to say directly for the simple fact that you a stupid bitch and I gotta cover you, so I have to do this. So for real, who really wants to? Because I don't see how your husband stands you. Like, you're very annoying. Like, you are very fucking annoying. But let me take this shit off my damn screen. This mannish looking female. Now, Candace, if you catch wind of this, you can hit me up in my DMs, and I'm right here. Okay, you can choose any of the ones that you want on Instagram, but I'll get it if it's on Instagram, because my Facebook and Instagram DMs are connected now. So if you hit me up through Instagram, I'll get it on Facebook Messenger. So fuck you. Here we go. Hold on.
Another one.
Use
And another one. And another one. And
use an ugly bitch.
another one. And another
Use a stupid bitch.
another one.
Never mind. I ain't got time for it. So I was reading an article about what she's been going through, or what she's been doing, right? So she spoke against the federal holiday of Juneteenth that just happened, which was last weekend. And she spoke out against Juneteenth by saying this. It was several ones, but I'm gonna share this one with you. So let me share my screen real fast again. Turn my music up a little bit. I want to roast this bitch in style. All right. So this is what she had to say. Let me bring that up. So this is what she had to say. Every single race has been enslaved at some point in human history. Africans are still enslaved today. This is not a holiday. This is more emotional training from Democrats to see ourselves as somehow separate from America. Independence Day is July 4th, the end. Now, by you saying that, it makes no sense, for the simple fact that it's Juneteenth. Okay? Juneteenth is basically celebrating the emancipation from slavery. I wouldn't say the end of slavery. Let me not say emancipation. So it's basically the end of slavery, which, if y'all remember that video I did a few weeks ago, I told y'all the story. Story went, um, slaves were set free. What, in 1962? No, I said 1862. Then 2 to 3 years later, Union soldiers had to go to certain southern states, if not all, in Texas, to tell those slave owners, look, you gotta set your slaves free. Slavery is abolished. There's no more slavery. You gotta set your slaves free. So she then condemns the holiday by calling it stupid, baseless, and dumb, which she just described herself as stupid, baseless, and dumb. So this bitch is fucking amazing, and I don't mean amazing in a good way. I mean amazing in a bad way. My notes. So this is what she also had to say. Let me share this again. So this is what else she had to say. She says, sometimes I wonder when, in parentheses, if ever, Black America will wake up to the psychological warfare and perpetual brainwash to believe everything is racist. Now, this right here goes along the lines of not only Juneteenth, but the CRT, the critical race theory argument that America is having right now. Of if they want it to be taught in school, or if they don't want it to be taught in school. Me personally, I feel as though it should be taught in school, for the simple fact that it gives a accurate account of American history. Why hide it? It's here already. Like, why are you trying to hide history that's already here? Like, there are certain books that have been written that tells about the accurate part of American history. And I also brought up a few weeks ago that there's like 60 years taken out, or that were never written of American history. So we have 60 years worth of history that wasn't written. And we also have now have CRT, which somebody I just heard somebody say CRT is a white person calling was the first white person to call an African a nigger, and now they want to create a class out of it, which I don't even understand his logic, but whatever. But for real, whenever I watch her, whenever I have to like look at anything she has to say, I'm usually like this. Yeah, but anyway. Okay, so another thing she had to say on this. Well, let's get to her. Let's get to her as well. But Kim Klacik, I think her name is, a Maryland Republican. She ran for the 7th district of Baltimore City, I think. And she basically had this to say back at Candace Owens when it came to the last tweet that I just had put up. So where's it at? So she says, believe it or not, many in Black America are very aware the fight is classism rather than racism, which isn't true. And I have to say to Kim, the fight of Black America is both classism and racism. And I say it because of this. And I'll frame it with this. Classism, right? Let's say I want to move to a nice neighborhood. Nice, quiet neighborhood. Well, the only nice, quiet neighborhoods that I know of are the suburbs. Well, who lives in the suburbs? White people. Why do they live in the suburbs? It was to get the fuck away from black people. Now, there's a thing called white flight. White flight is basically when black people move in a certain area that white people live in, they usually pack up and fucking leave. Right? But at the same time, if a black person buys a house in a white neighborhood, and let's say, that those black people are there for like, what, 10 years, right? And then they want to move out. Well, if you guys saw that one story where a black family was trying to sell their house and they couldn't, only for the simple fact that they left their pictures up of, their family pictures and stuff like that. And the couple that wanted to buy the house saw that black people lived there and they didn't want to move into that house. Then turn around, said friends, said people, the black people, asked their friend or told their friend about it, which I think Latina. If she wasn't Latina, I think it was a white lady, but I'm pretty sure it was they were Latina. Well, the woman was Latina. She then put up pictures in the black people's houses of her family. Another, I think, white couple came in, if not white family came in to view the place and the house sold. So, if black people can't get their houses sold, because they live there, them as black people live there, which is now racism and classism put together, because for the simple fact that the family didn't live in like a bullshit ass neighborhood. They lived in the suburbs in a nice neighborhood. Now, why is it that they can't then sell their house to, just a nice couple who wants to own a home, but then they look at the pictures and stuff on the wall and on the coffee table and stuff, and see that a black family lives there, but now they don't want to live there. Why? The house is in good shape. I've taken care of everything. If anything needs to be fixed, it'll be fixed before you guys move in here. What the hell's the problem? But that's racism for you. So, Kim, you need to think before you speak as well. But in a way, you got the black people's back in a way. But from what I hear about you, you're not that great of a person as well. So, let's get back into it. All right. So these two have been going at it for quite a while now. Both Kim Klacik and Candace Owens. They've been going at it for quite a while, and they really don't see eye to eye. Like, I heard Candace called her a stripper, and she used to strip and stuff like that. And while all of while when Kim was trying to what uh when she was going out for office, I think last year. This is when Candace had all that shit to say about her, and then Kim clapped back at her, and they just been in a feud for like I think like a good year, maybe year and a half. But I'm not gonna get into all that other foolishness because I'll let them two destroy each other. Um, but this funky bitch, fucking Candace, she had more to say, but she really came out her funky ass mouth about Juneteenth, and it's like, why do you have anything to say about Juneteenth if, in a way, you want to be a white woman? So I just should tell you, you might as well go ahead and bleach your skin and call yourself Karen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Skin bleaching creams is out there. Go ahead and do yourself a service because you look ridiculous any goddamn way. And I'm pretty sure your white husband will like that you. Well, in a way, he probably might divorce your ass if you do bleach your skin white. So you better think twice. But anyway, um, but um. Candace benefits from Juneteenth as well. You might say, how, Marcus? How does she benefit from this? Well, her ancestors as well were enslaved. And Juneteenth is actually a holiday that she should be celebrating because it doesn't celebrate the independence from another country like the 4th of July does. It celebrates the independence of not being a goddamn slave anymore. Not doing indentured servitude, not being killed for stupid ass reasons, which still happens today. But it's basically she doesn't think that people who look like her, if she feels like she's black, uh, she doesn't know that people who look like her who was living then were getting slaughtered for stupid ass reasons. Sometimes no reason at all. We just want to kill this nigger because there's too many niggers on this plantation. So she better start not speaking up about black affairs anymore because a lot of motherfuckers was getting tired of her. So her and so around this time when she made this tweet right here, Juneteenth is so lame. Democrats really need to stop trying to repackage segregation. I'll be celebrating July 4th and July 4th only. I'm American. Okay. But guess who came back at her? Her evil twin, Azalea Banks. Azalea Banks came out and said something. So this is what Azalea Banks had to say. And let me blow this up a little bit because I can't see it. So let me turn my African music up a little bit while I read this. So this is what Azalea Banks had to say. She said, according to this logic, on July 4th, 1776, you would still be enslaved, most likely on the verge of starvation due to all of the Americans' food supply having been prioritized for the war. While you hand sew American flags, this is a little too loud. Yeah, that's good. Hand sew flags and struggled to wet nurse some depressed 24-year-old white widow, sickly child until your nipples are chapped and dry, whereafter you will be whipped by her 80-year-old uncle for your own malnourishment and inability to produce milk. Then sent to toil over a wood-burning stove, blistering your hands while forced to make a peasantly meal of biscuits and gravy. You will be watched closely by her irate, sunburned, and whiskey-soaked 80-year-old uncle to be sure you do not sneak a single biscuit or a fingerful of roux to yourself. After after you've watched everyone eat, you will be sent to do the cleaning up. Your last task will be brushing the stressed and balding white widow's hair to prepare for her sleeping bonnet. Uh, a deep a deep rest in her comfortable canopy bed next to your final descent down to the stairs and out the back door, where you proudly sleep on a bed bug infested pile of hay in a 6x4 cabin you share with four other slaves. Happy Independence Day. But that's not it. She says more. She says more. She then says the widow will awake from her sleep to relieve herself at 4 a.m. to find a brush full of hair and let out a loud scream. She insists it's your bad nigger luck, making her bald, and orders you to be hung from a tree immediately. With the help of one other strong black male slave, you're hung with the strap of a horse saddle off an oak tree 1 acre away from the main house as a warning to any other slave who were brave enough to fuck around. Tread lightly, sis. And might I add some applause to that? Now look, I don't agree with nothing that Azalea Banks has done in her career. But girl, you knocked that one out the fucking park. And Azalea Banks as a person too, I don't agree with, but you knocked that one out the park. That's all I got to say. You got my kudos on that. You did your fucking thing. All right. So this dirty bitch had this to say as well. Not Azalea Banks, but Candace Owens. Y'all thinking of the wrong dirty bitch right now. So she also states, Candace Owens, and I'll bring my screen back up. She also states it took all of 2 years for Democrats to train black Americans to worship criminals like George Floyd, beg for violence on the streets via defund the police, and celebrate segregation in the form of Black Independence Day. I just cannot comprehend the rampant stupidity. Now, this funky hoe is just going off at the mouth as if it can't go, like somebody can't go in it. Why does she feel so fucking why does she feel so goddamn comfortable? Cause every time when she's speaking, she probably feels like this. It's Friday, like, you just living your life as a Friday and thinking that shit can't happen to you. Like, you just coming out with dumbass shit from your mouth and thinking that people won't have some sort of a disagreement with you. Now, this is what I feel about Candace Owens myself.
Be gone, son!
So she just gets on my nerves on the rail. Okay, now look. I have a video of her explaining herself, her ugly ass self. And here it goes.
It's up Instagram doing a late night live because I just had a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But first and foremost, I just want to say happy Juneteenth to everybody who is celebrating Juneteenth and is super upset that I think it's stupid. Happy Juneteenth. Amazing. Ooh, feels good. Racism's gone now. All right, you got your Juneteenth. I'm just so happy that we can celebrate Juneteenth. I mean, the Democrats have taken everything.
And shout out to Forgotten Kings channel. All right.
But at least they passed Juneteenth. I mean, everybody in the entire history of the world has been a slave, but only one group of those people needs a holiday as a consolation prize from Democrats at the same time that there's, I don't know, anything they could solve, shootings that are up 94%, homicides, this city, that city, but at least they gave you Juneteenth. More power to all of you. I'll be celebrating the 4th of July, but I don't know, maybe next year we can do another baseless holiday and keep saying that we're just getting more power in this country because our kids are getting dumber, our neighborhoods are burning down. I mean, it's just like, I'm getting tired of the stupidity. Like, it's just like, I don't even care. Like, I've been trending for the last 2 days and I don't even care anymore. There used to be like an excitement about the fight for trying to wake people up, and now it's getting like, all right, man, cool, go celebrate Juneteenth. Yeah, go have a barbecue, cookout, celebrate Juneteenth, have a good time celebrating your Juneteenth. And be, you know what you should do on Juneteenth? You should talk about Candace. You should talk about how upset you are that Candace doesn't understand how cool Juneteenth is.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hold on, that was the wrong one. I didn't want to do that. I think it's here. Hold on. Yeah, that was the wrong one. I forgot where it's at. Damn, I forgot where it's at. All right, fuck it, I'll play it.
We're done with the Juneteenth discussion. I really just don't care about it. It's dumb. Enjoy your stupid holiday. Now, I want to talk to you guys about this because a lot of people messaged me yesterday, and this is for intelligent people. So if you just jumped on here because you want to be passionate about Juneteenth, you might want to get off because now we're going to talk about foreign policy, and you can go on to somebody else's live that's talking about how important your holiday is.
Okay, I found it.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I'm going to talk about China. I did a live yesterday on Facebook, and people were asking me to do it on Instagram. This week on my show, we talked about China. Me and Jack Posobiec, who's a wonderfully intelligent human being who has been covering extensively on TPain, and he and I both are very interested in China because it is just one of those things that most Americans aren't realizing is that we're running out of time in terms of saving this country. And people don't understand that we right now have China, which has developed, for those of you that don't know.
Now, why are you talking about China? Everything that you was talking about had nothing to do with China. You talking about, yeah, Juneteenth is this and Juneteenth is that, and then Now you talking about China. Like, how the fuck does both of those connect? Like, share the connection. Like, people want to know what in the hell does China and Juneteenth have to do with each other? Because, okay, yeah, America trades with China. Yeah, America has some disagreements right now with China, because of the the corona the Sharona pirates. I don't want to get my channel flagged again. Like she's just throwing out dumbass shit to talk about at this point. So I'll let her continue, but y'all ain't gonna like it.
Aren't learning in school because while you're busy learning about Juneteenth and critical race theory and all this other nonsense, what you're not learning about are the things that are going to impact future generations, which is the fact that this country is going to be radically different and that China has actually put into place a 100-year plan. Their goal was by 2049 to celebrate Mao, the centennial celebration of Mao, and all of his ambitions was to take over the world. You should look up the Belt and Road Initiative if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about. They've always had ambitions to globalize and to have the world look to China for answers. And at every layer right now in what is going on in America, you should, if you do not have the wool pull over your eyes, see China. In terms of why China right now has literal consequences.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You just talking at this point. I'm not even listening to her. Like, I saw this video yesterday. I had to look at it, and I turned it off. Probably around this mark, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. I haven't watched any more because after a while, when you don't like somebody, and I've never really liked, well, I never actually liked Candace at all. But you know, after a while, when you don't like somebody, when they talk, you're just not listening. That's exactly what's happening now. I'm just playing on my stream deck right now. I'm not even listening to it. So, what else do I have to say about her? We all know she supports Donald Trump, and all his bullshit. But something that actually directly affects you as a African American, you don't think is important. Okay. Now, I would say myself that Juneteenth should be celebrated, but it shouldn't be a federal holiday. That's just me because this is what you got to think when it comes to like a federal holiday. Just look at other federal holidays such as Memorial Day, which is a hamburger hot dog holiday. Independence Day, hamburger hot dog holiday. Easter is a holiday you get around with your family with. Christmas, another holiday that you go around and with your family. Thanksgiving, federal holiday that you get around with your family with. Did I say Christmas already? But if I did, Christmas, another holiday you go around with your family, just sitting around having food. Labor Day, another federal holiday, a hamburger hot dog holiday. Like, why are we as black people allowing the um, allowing America to take our holiday away from us and making it a hamburger hot dog holiday? Now, another one, Memorial Day, federal holiday, hamburger hot dog holiday. Like, just think about all of the marketing next year for Juneteenth. Just think about all the hamburgers and hot dogs that's going to be going on sale next year. All of the placemats for outside dining, for a barbecue, like the tablecloth. What we gonna have? Red, black, and green tablecloths on Juneteenth next year? Like, come on, Why did we allow this to happen? Now, it's a good thing that it's being recognized. Now, I'm not going against that, but I am going against it becoming a hamburger, hot dog, forget all about it holiday. Like, why is this something that nobody thinks about? By this logic, with uh, uh, Joe Biden signed this into law as a federal holiday, now we get a day off, which is good, but it doesn't look good from here with Juneteenth being a federal holiday. It doesn't look good from here. Only for the simple fact that it's all a money grab. Like, they didn't really get to do that this year, but all of, like, from here on out, all of this marketing that they're going to have for Juneteenth is going to be fucking abysmal. I'm just saying, y'all have to pay attention to shit like this, because you got to look at every other holiday that is out there and then see what is, like, what's connected to it. Like, Thanksgiving, turkeys go on sale. Well, around Thanksgiving, turkeys go on sale, along with other food that goes on sale. Christmas, you got right after Thanksgiving, you have Black Friday, which is a month, considered a month before Christmas. What shit goes on sale Black Friday for Christmas? Like, it's all this marketing shit for money. Like, y'all got to look at that shit. Like, it's not supposed to be a holiday like that. It's supposed to be a holiday where we basically commemorate and remember our ancestors being freed from slavery and set to go on with their lives independently. But when we do that, they also have a problem with it as well. America is who I'm speaking of, because we had Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, Florida, and other places where we wanted to be independent and strive for ourselves, and they wanted to come in and fuck shit up. So why is Juneteenth a good thing for us to have as a federal holiday? Now, like I said, I don't mind it being recognized as just it being a federal holiday. It's all a marketing ploy. It's all gonna have to do with money at this point. Black people ain't gonna give a fuck after a while. If it falls on a Friday or a Saturday, like it did this year, it fell on a Saturday. It's gonna be for all of the kids who don't really know shit that's gonna go out to bars and clubs and party for on Juneteenth, just party on Juneteenth. It's not about that. It's about remembering our ancestors, everything that they had to go through, and everything that they accomplished afterwards after being emancipated from slavery. That's what it's supposed to be about. All right. So, moving along, and I would want to say after all that, because she just basically wants every black person to be like her, a conservative Republican slave to white Republicans. That's all she wants us to be. That's the reason why she comes out with all these pundits and speaking points against shit, because she's getting paid for it. If anybody doesn't understand, she's being paid every time she makes an appearance on the Tucker Carlson show, every time she goes online on her show or whatever. Don't even watch that shit. I do not recommend it. Shit, I'm pretty sure she's been on the top black Republican, what's his name? Something Peterson. That stupid motherfucker. If you ever watched his show, his name's His name's leaving me, but I know his last name is Peterson. He talks over everybody that comes on the show. Everybody. He talks over everybody. He always calls when he talks and when people come up with certain talking points, he always calls them stupid or dumb or it doesn't make any sense. Because it doesn't make any sense to you because you don't understand. Just leave us the fuck alone and don't even bother us. None of y'all, any black Republican, just be the pet that you was meant to be and stay the fuck from black people's lives. All right, I'm done. I'm not going to read any more about this funky bitch. But so if nobody saw what happened on with Ikea thought it was going to be a good idea to come up with a menu for Juneteenth. And here's the menu if I can find it. It says, to honor the preservation of Black Americans, acknowledge the progress yet to be made, we observe Juneteenth on Saturday, June 19th, 2021. And just says, click here for more info, whatever. So we will also be showcasing a compilation of videos in honor of Juneteenth. I didn't get to watch them because I really didn't care what Ikea has to say about anything. Look out for our special menu on Saturday, which will include fried chicken, watermelon. Hold on, I need some sound effects on this because this is crazy. Alright, hold on. With fried chicken, watermelon, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard greens, and candied yams. What in the fuck? I don't understand. Why do you feel as though that this food is black people's food? Now, I would say black people do make this shit better, but how is this, black Americans' food? Now, black people are fond of fried chicken, watermelon, baked mac and cheese. Y'all probably had that runny shit. Potato salad. You can't eat everybody's potato salad, so I'm pretty sure nobody was eating that shit. They probably made their collard greens with they probably just boiled collard greens. You supposed to have either a turkey neck, if not what part of pork do you put in collard greens with the rump roast or ham? Ham. Thank you, ham. And they candied yams probably was nasty as fuck too. So I don't understand. See, this is what I'm talking about. The marketing ploy that they're gonna set forth for Juneteenth, and nobody gets it yet. This shit is ridiculous. But look, y'all ain't gotta believe a damn thing I say, okay? Y'all ain't gotta believe a damn thing I say. It's just crazy that we're not understanding this whole thing yet. But in due time we will, and then it'll be too late. All right. So everybody, if you did, and I didn't say it last week, which I should have. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. I know it's late, but happy Juneteenth. So let's get into some celebrity news. This is why. The only reason why, because I gotta dumb my channel down. So y'all's boy Trick Daddy made the rounds on his what is what the hell is that damn app called? Shit, I was about to call it the Hangout. It's called and I just thought of OnlyFans. What the fuck? Clubhouse. So Clubhouse. He was on Clubhouse and he was talking about a certain singer that people like, and this is what he had to say about said singer.
All right, nigga. And Betty can sing a motherfucker. Beyonce can't sing. All that guy.
Okay. He definitely can't. I don't know why they be thinking she can sing. They just
Man, I watched my godmama train Beyonce give up vocal lessons all her career, man. Beyonce can't come.
She was hot.
Listen, Beyonce can't sing. She not wrong. I'm gonna say my unpopular opinion right now. Beyonce is to R&B, but Jay-Z is to New York. That's why they get. Jay-Z ain't never won the greatest rapper alive. Whoever put him on a level of that. New York lost Biggie to be the hero. They wanted to be the figure of hip hop, and they just handed it over to Jay-Z. You go back and you do the history of record sales and all that. Man, DMX was doing 10, 15 million albums, man. But don't remember Jay-Z changed his name 3-4 times. The first time y'all ever heard of Jay-Z, he got on a record with the niggas from down south called Big Fish. Yeah. And y'all, they'll tell y'all right now, oh, that's Jay-Z song. And you'll go Google it, he'll say, yeah, Jay-Z song. Right? But they ain't gonna tell you Jay-Z bought the motherfucking song after the bitch got beat.
That's UGK song, man.
Yeah,
2 words.
Holy shit.
Man, look. Trick Daddy should have kept quiet with this. Only for the simple fact that afterwards, when the Beehive found out about this, oh my gosh. Total fucking destruction. I mean, look. The Beehive went on Yelp and they started putting bad reviews on his restaurant. I think he was at a 4.9. Last I checked, it was at a 4.2. It could be lower now. Look, the Beehive isn't okay. They're like a cult, really. But in all actuality, the Beehive protects they queen. Okay, or is it the Beehive or is it the Bayhive? Y'all correct me. I don't know. I don't listen to Beyonce, and I don't want the Beehive to come to my channel and say anything crazy. Look, the only reason why I don't listen to Beyonce because I don't feel like her music is made for men. She said it herself. Her music is to uplift women. So I took that as men shouldn't listen to it, so I don't listen to her music. Okay, that's what all I'm gonna say about it. So Beehive, please take my words as I'm calling truce. Okay, please truce. and I don't listen to her music because she wants to uplift women. Okay, but then he went in on Jay-Z, saying that he's not the king of New York. Now that's arguable. That's arguable. Now some people can say that Jay-Z is the king of New York. He always has been since what, the late 90s, early 2000s. But my personal opinion, king of New York is 50 Cent. That's just my personal opinion. King of New York's 50 Cent. And I'll tell you my reasons why. Y'all can dispute this if you want. I don't care. When he first broke out in 2000, well, his first breakout was what, 2000, 2001, but his album didn't go anywhere. His Rotten Apple album. But when he got re-signed to the Shady Aftermath, when he came out with Get Rich or Die Trying, that album went diamond. Okay? Not only that, 50 Cent revolutionized mixtapes. It wasn't nobody that was rapping at the time who was coming out with mixtapes at the time. Like, we had mixtapes where it was like unreleased music of various artists, but it was no artist who said, "I'm gonna put out my own mixtape like an album, but I'm gonna have it be sold on the streets." Not only that, okay, so the mixtape thing. He then, in the same year, comes up with a second album with his G Unit group that he introduced in said mixtapes. Not only that, every album after that went either platinum or diamond. Okay? Every album after that. I think except for his the album that he came out with when he went up against Kanye West, which was the Curtis album. So that was the only album of his that ever went gold. Or whatever. Then, he has other he's a philanthropist. He goes out with various organizations. He donates his time. He also revolutionized TV. I think he was the only dude as a rapper who had like 2 or 3 shows on TV at a time. Yeah, he usually has like 2 shows at a time. He has Power, and at the time he had Power and 50 Central that was on BET. So that was 2 shows that he had that was on at a time. Then he had Power, and then I forgot that one show that was on ABC that he had. So that was two shows at a time that he had on TV. Not only that, various movies he's been in, B movies, in big time blockbusters he's been in. So we can say that 50 Cent is the king of New York. Now, if y'all going off of lyricism, skill, punchlines, stuff like that, what material in his music, such as like his topics and stuff. Okay, well, 50 Cent does have the same music with every album or every song he comes out with. It's always gun busting, drug dealing, getting girls, stuff like that. On the other hand, you have Jay-Z who comes out with 444, and it's talking about, various topics and stuff like that. But I didn't really get it for the simple fact that you went from gun busting to trying to kick knowledge, and in one song, the diss track, you had the takeover when you was going up against Nas. You said the line, well, what you trying to kick knowledge? Like, now you kicking knowledge now. Like, come on now. You can't be a hypocrite in one song and then come out the same way that Nas what has always been doing. So that's just my take. All right. So that's what Trick Daddy had to say about that. So next I have TPain. Is it TPain? Yeah, TPain. So TPain, he had a run-in with Usher like years ago. It has to be what, like 9 years ago, something like that, or 8 years ago, or something like that. And this is what he had to say. I'll let him talk about it.
We was actually going to the 2013 BET Awards. We were all in first class.
Hold on, I didn't hear any of that. Hold up. So the question is, I heard a story about you and Usher on an airplane. Okay, so he sighs, and then does he say anything after that? Because I didn't hear anything else.
We was actually going to the 2013 BET Awards. We were all in first class, and I went to sleep. I was awakened by the flight attendant. She said, Usher would like to talk to you in the back. So I got up and went back, and he was like, how's everything going? Quick small talk, no big deal. And he was like, man, I want to tell you something, man. What's good? I thought he was about to say something real. He sounded real concerned. He's like, man, you kind of fucked up music. I didn't understand. Usher was my friend. He was like, nah, man, you really fucked up music for real singers. Literally at that point, I couldn't listen. Is he right? Did I fuck this? Did I fuck up music? And that is the very moment. And I don't even think I realized this for a long time. That's the very moment that started like a 4-year depression.
So yeah, so in his words, Usher told him that he fucked the music game up for real singers because he was using auto-tune to sing. But this is what you have to compare T-Pain's auto-tune to everybody else's. When you hear T-Pain sounds very distinct when he uses auto-tune. When everybody else was using it, you could hear how their voice was homogenizing in the mic. Like, you could hear when they was trying to hit like a note that they knew they couldn't hit, and you would hear the mic digitizing their voice down to where it would sound like it would sound good. So, but you gotta remember, fucking T-Pain from what 2005, if not 2006, when he came out, he was killing it. He had I'm Sprung, I'm in Love with a Stripper. What else did he have? I think he did that one song with Flow Rider for the the Step Up 2 soundtrack. Like, he was everywhere. He had a song with Chris Brown, and that song, like, I don't really like, other than Chris Brown's first album, because I was in high school when that album came out. Other than Chris Brown's first album, I don't fuck with any other song other than that one song he got with TPain. And that song, oh my gosh, I love that song. Cause I was in school when that song came out. Like that's why. And plus, you know, in school I was known for dancing, so I used to always dance to that song if it came on at the dances. So I'm pretty sure that song came out when I was in high school. Let me check. But I don't want to overdate myself. Chris Brown and TPain. When did this song come out? 2007. So yeah, I was out of school at that time. But either way, I like that song. Um, but yeah, so yeah, T-Pain, man, he fell into his depression. He said after hearing that, and it's fucked up for Usher to say that because what album did he have out? Was it Raymond versus Raymond then? I think it was Raymond versus Raymond. If I think so. Damn, I gotta check that out too. Raymond versus Raymond album. When did this come out? 2010. So I'm not sure if he had an album in 2013. Let me do Usher albums. Uh, so he had, let's see more. He had his first album, Usher, in 94. And then after that album, he had My Way in 97. And then after that, he had Usher Live in 1999. He had 8701 in 2001. And then Confessions in 2004. Then he had Here I Stand in 2008. Then he had Raymond versus Raymond in 2010. Looking for Myself in 2012. So that was probably the album reason why he was at the BET Awards that year. And then so on and so forth. He had, what was in 2000? He had one after that. He had Hard to Love in 2016. So that's all of his albums. And then he had A in 2018, if that is an album. But, yeah. So yeah, fucking Usher out here fucking it up for everybody. Probably the reason why we didn't hear any music from T-Pain in that span. And he went off and did other shit. But yeah, man, that's that whole T-Pain news, man. So my last one is Chris Brown has allegations against him. And TMZ quoted the woman stating that the woman claims that he smacked her hair weave off. Oh gosh. How do you smack? Okay, I know how you can smack somebody's hair weave off, but look, she should have had that bitch secured on. Don't y'all do shit called sew-ins? Like, why you have it sewed in? That shit's hilarious. Okay, so TMZ writes that Chris Brown is under investigation for battery, and the alleged victim told cops he smacked the back of my head so hard her weave came up.
Holy shit.
So law enforcement sources tell TMZ police responded to the singer's San Fernando Valley home over the weekend, where a woman claimed Breezy slapped her. Uh, we're told. Uh, we're told the woman claimed the slap made part of her weave come out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I can't do it no
This shit,
more.
I'm out. Nothing, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I can't do it. I can't
Fuck
do
this
it.
shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Be With The
Hold
Tea.
on. So, and police took a battery report and named Chris as the suspect. Our sources say the alleged victim had no injuries aside from the alleged dislodged weave. Oh, I can't take this shit. So, and no arrests have been made. It's the second time in many months cops were called to Chris's pad. Uh, the first being his massive birthday bash in May, which LAPD broke up early in the AM. We reached out to Chris's camp about the latest incident so far. Radio silence. So far, radio silence. Damn, this shit just okay. Our sources say the battery case will most likely be kicked to the city attorney, as it would be misdemeanor charges, if anything at all. So that was TMZ's coverage of the whole thing, but they are fucking assholes. A dislodged weave, come on now, like that's too much. So so I got this video. I got this video of it. So let me start it over
Welcome
now.
back to
Here
Be
we
With
go.
The Tea. Now, before I jump into this tea, I want to let you guys know that I'm doing a $100 summer giveaway. Now, in order to qualify, you have to be a subscriber, so click the subscribe button below. Like,
Y'all don't want to hear
Chris
all that.
Brown is under investigation for a battery case. So, a woman is claiming that she was at his house over the weekend, and Chris Brown basically slapped her so hard it made part of her weave come out. Now, I'm trying to figure out if this is a lace front, a sew-in, or what. But sources are saying that the victim didn't have any real injuries. Basically, the only injury was her weave being halfway off of her head. Now, as of this moment, Chris Brown has not been arrested for anything, so time will basically tell if he's going to have to go down and face charges. If he does face charges for this, you guys, it's going to be basically a misdemeanor charge. It's not going to be a felony or anything of that nature. So, it looks like even if he did put his hands on her, it looks like he's getting off pretty easy. Which I'm trying to understand how this is not going to be a felony if he did in fact put his hands on her. Now I don't know how the law is in California. It could be pretty different, but down here that would be a felony case. Also, Chris Brown's camp and Chris Brown has refused to talk about this situation. They're not saying anything about it. But I really wish they would speak up, and I would really like to know what led to this physical altercation to where Chris Brown felt like he had to put his hands on her. But like I said, His party has not came on and said anything, and she has not spoke out either. But I will keep you guys updated as details continue to transpire. But I want to know how you guys feel about this entire situation. So leave your comments below. Do not forget.
All right. So I feel like when the girl was on the ground, she started sounding like this. Nobody knows what that sound is. Y'all never seen that video of the tortoise having sex? All right, I'm done. No more. All right, y'all. Look, we have reached the end of the episode. All right. I had time to clown, and here we go. Hold on, let me back up out of that. Let me close this because I don't need it anymore. So everybody, I thank you guys for watching this. Okay. So if you could, I'm gonna try to do this within the 4 minutes that this has. All right, so you put the theme music on, and I'm gonna try to get through this within the 5 minutes I have. Okay, so everybody, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, and then I want you to like this video, and then I want you to share either the channel or this video, okay? And then if you on here live, please hit the comment section on the replay, and on the live when I'm live, please hit that live chat, all right? So other than that, please don't forget. Please don't forget. Marcus Speaks every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Also, on Fridays, I have a game stream. Don't be late to that. Don't forget it. Marcus Speaks Play every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. I am streaming this from Restream. Okay. I'm streaming this to Facebook and YouTube. So everybody, if you don't know the rules that's on Facebook, this is what I do. There is a link to the Facebook, no, not the Facebook, to the YouTube channel. After this this live goes dead, I delete the live video from both the main page, the personal page, and the group page. So if anybody has any show ideas, please for the podcast, please hit me up in my DMs, okay? Or you can write it in the comment section or the live chat. And you can find me on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast. Also, Facebook at Marcus Speaks. The group page on Facebook is Marcus Speaks Podcast. And then for all my Facebook people, I'm on YouTube at Marcus Speaks. So don't be late. Okay, 6:30 is the game stream, and 6:30 is the podcast. Okay, so don't be late to none of this shit. Sooner than later, I will be streaming this to Instagram. So I don't want you guys, being alarmed. Like, where can I see this? You'll be able to see this from practically anywhere. Possibly not TikTok and possibly not Twitter because I don't have any of those. But I can stream this to Periscope. I don't really want a Periscope, so You got me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And with that being said, I want to welcome everybody who's late to the channel and to to the channel and to this video. You're late, so write something real fast, like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video. And hit me up on the rewatch. And I thank all y'all for watching. I had fun. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you guys next Friday.